Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a head out of paper, but without any eyes, ears, or skin.
For this project, you will need a knife, various tapes, and a lot of newsprint.
A lot of newsprint.
Hey, I forgot to mention that you will also need a Sharpie.
So I'm going to be using the previous head I made as a reference so I know the size I need to be making this next head. So this process involves a lot of ripping up paper, crumpling it up, and taping it together, and repeating the process. You're going to start by crumpling up paper for the cranium of the head and building up that crumpled up paper and tape until it's the appropriate size. At that point, set your cranium aside and get ready for the next step. Okay, so now you're going to take your cranium, figure out which way is up, down, and right and left, and then on the downward part of the face you're going to create a chin of sorts and tape it to the cranium. You're going to build that up and basically create a oval that you would normally draw on for a face. Once you have that oval made, you're going to take a Sharpie, divide the face in half in about 4 quadrants, and then do your typical face dimensions from there in just blocks of squares in Sharpie. You will be using these Sharpie marks as a guideline for where you're going to be placing the three-dimensional features of the head. We're going to start with the nose. First, create a small ball of paper which will act as the nostril button part of the nose. Once that is made, attach it to the bottom part of the nose block that you've put down and tape it in place. Then for the bridge of the nose, create a finger of paper and tape it in place in a similar fashion that you did with the button of the nose. Then, as you would for clay, take smaller pieces of paper and tape them where you would prefer to have various features of the face that are particular to the individual. This goes along for any part of the face, not just the nose. Following the marks that you've made on the face with the Sharpie, build up the brow and the areas around the eyes, such as the cheekbones, essentially creating eye sockets with the paper. Also flatten out the area between the cranium and the brow to create a forehead. Following the chin you made earlier, try to visualize a jawbone and make that visualization of a jawbone a reality with the paper, taping it in place. This next part is perhaps the most difficult. This is the mouth and the lips. We will start by building the top lip from the left and right side with small paper triangles, like so.
Sort of triangle fig. This is the inner ridge. It's kind of, so it should feel like there's a little ball at the tip that's going on the ridge. And the rest is kind of like a kite tail, very thin. We've got the 2 ridges there. I just need to add a little ball in the center that will dip down a little bit.
And then moving on to the center of the top lip with a small ball in the middle.
So this is my little ball of paper. And you can probably see how the lip kind of goes up like that and then down like that.
And we will be building the bottom lip by taping a ridge just below the upper lip to the main part of the face, and then wrapping more and more layers of the newsprint atop that ridge, being very careful not to tape the lips together because that will ruin the definition. To get around that issue, you basically have to feed the figure's head the piece of tape like you're inserting a coin.
Doing the whole insert the tape into the mouth thing again.
Tape parentheses like paper around the mouth to look more naturalistic. It should be fairly thin to not overwhelm the corners of the mouth, but still provide a bit of natural looking muscle around the mouth. We will also be recreating the ridges that exist between the nose and the upper lip in the middle. Now pretty much all you need to do is to fill out the cheeks a little bit more between the cheekbones and the jaw so it doesn't look so much like a skeleton.